Konnichiwa, hello, my name is Miki and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a first impressions of basically a bunch of makeup that I have not tried. I didn't even know what I was going to film today, and then I looked over and I realized that I had a full basket of makeup that I haven't tried yet. A lot of the products that I have here may not be new, like 2019 new. They are products that are new to me that I have never tried, so that's what we're going to be putting on today. Now, a little disclaimer before we get into the video: if you are super sensitive to profanity or if you are easily offended, this is not the place for you. I am a no filter bitch and I have no idea what's gonna come out of my mouth, so keep that in mind while you're watching. So if you guys are interested in seeing some new goodies to me, or aka first impressions, then just stay tuned. So as you guys may have noticed, I am super barefaced today. I really like the glow that my face is giving off. I think it's because I've just really been concentrating on skincare. I do have a lot of red spots still going on, but I don't have any actual like active acne, meaning that I don't have like bumps and lumps on my face. This is all kind of just healing at this point, so sorry that my skin is all grody, but I'm taking care of it. Also, if you see the background moving, it's because I got the fan on. It's hot as balls in here and I don't feel like suffocating and burning up to death. All right, so let's get into some of these first impression products. I've done nothing to my face except wash and moisturize, and we're going to prep and prime this skin. The first product I have here is the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. If you guys have watched my videos, you will know that Ole Henriksen is one of like my top go-to skincare like brands. This is actually part of the line that I'm really in love with, which is the Truth line. It is the line inside of the brand, and I've used the eye cream, the gel, the face wash, basically everything from the Truth line. The Truth serum is one of my favorite things, and this is the newest product that they came out with. A little bit about this is that it retails for $36. Now, I don't feel like that's really expensive for a primer, because if you do Cover FX or Smashbox, all the primers kind of range, the price range is kind of in that same price point, $36. Now, this comes with 1 fluid ounce, so it's basically the same amount as a regular foundation would carry. It is a vitamin C infused illuminating face primer with banana powder inspired pigments that delivers instant radiance while improving and extending makeup wear. We shall see. So I'm going to go ahead and take a pump of this. I'm going to take 2 pumps actually, and we're just going to rub this into the skin. I really like the smell of this because it smells just like all the other Truth line products in Ole Henriksen, and I am definitely noticed it is giving me like a really nice Ole Henriksen glow. I always call it the Ole glow because all his products give you like this lit from within glow, which is probably why my skin looks really glowy even before I put this on, because again, I've just been using Ole Henriksen products mostly for moisturizer. This feels really nice on the skin. I can definitely notice that it's giving my skin some luminosity, which I really like, and it doesn't look like greasy or oily, and I really like the texture on my hands. It feels like a moisturizer, which I really like. Now I'm gonna see if it's done anything for my pore. Okay, now we're having problems. Whoa. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can actually see what's going on. It is doing some weird nasty shit on the face. As you can see right here, it's already kind of like pilling. I don't know if you would call that pilling or peeling or what, but it is not cute, girl. That is not cute. And even down here you can see, look at that. Look at all this. What is that? For those of you bitches out there who are saying that I need to exfoliate and all that stuff, bitch exfoliates every day, okay? So this is not dead skin that's coming off. This is gonna be a no primer for me, because look at that. That is just, it's really grody and it's just kind of flaking off my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and take this primer off because this is just not a good base to start with. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. So I went ahead and took the primer off, and I'm just gonna have to say no go for this right off the bat. I'm not even gonna try it anymore because I have the Ole Henriksen C Rush Gel Brightening Creme Moisturizer on my face, and this is from the same line, and the fact that it doesn't work together is just kind of like weird. I feel like when a brand comes out with a certain line, everything in that line should coincide together, meaning that it should work together in sync with the other products, and this is not working with the Ole Henriksen moisturizer, and I don't know why. It's very upsetting and disappointing because I love Ole Henriksen products so much, and this is something that everybody raves about and loves, and it's just really disappointing that it doesn't work on my shitty ass skin. Now I'm just going to be using the primer that I've used all summer long, which is the e.l.f. Prep and Blur Stick. For the rest of my face, I'm going to be going in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer to kind of give my skin a little bit more hydration. I'm not going to be doing a new foundation because I kind of want to save it for a foundation review, and I really don't have time to do a foundation like wear test today because it's already like, I want to say it's almost 5 p.m. The foundation I'm going to be using is the Tarte Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation. I don't know if they sell this anymore, but this is just the foundation I'm going to use because it's something that I've been using all summer. It's something that I trust, and it's something that I know will look good on this really busted ass mug today. So your girl is prepped and primed and has foundation on her face. This is a product that my mom sent me months ago and I just completely forgot about it. This is the K Palette One Day Tattoo Eyebrow Powder and Pen. Now this is something I asked my mom to get me, and it kind of sucks because she got me the wrong color. I told her to get like the darkest color without it being black, and she got me mocha brown. And on the package, even right here, it says Akami no aru ochitsuita kamiro no ho. So basically translation, that means people with red tones in their hair, and your girl does not really have red tones in her hair right now. But we're gonna go ahead and try this thing out. I will leave the link for all the products that I used today down below if you guys are interested. Here is the component. Now on the top we have a liquid brush tip. That's another thing that I love about these K Palette pens. Their eyeliners, their brow products, whatever. It is always a pen. It is not a felt tip because felt tips are boo-boos and we already know that, but we have a nice little brush tip here, and I can already tell you that this is a very light type of, you know, brow product, so you can draw little hairs on the bald spots. And then on the second part, the other end, we have a eyebrow powder. Now when I hold this up, you can see that the powder is definitely inside the bottom cap here. I don't know if you can actually see the powder, but it has a sponge tip on the bottom, and all you do is you do that little up and down motion, side to side type of deal, and you get some powder on this little sponge. So I am gonna try my best to use this because I have never used an eyebrow pen like this before in my life. I'm just gonna draw some nice little hair strokes. Oh wow, okay, so this gets really skinny, and as you can see I got some little fake brow hairs going on. Carve out the brow a little bit with this. Now I have my little brow strokes here in the front, and I kind of shaped my brow just a little bit. Now we're going to take the powder side, the sponge side, and see if I can fill this in here without it looking too light brown. So I somehow managed to make that work, except this brow is a little bit more wonkier than this one. I feel like this would be a great product for summer specifically because you have the pen side and then you have the powder side, meaning after you do your brows with the pen side, you can go ahead and set it with the powder as well as adding a little bit more opaqueness, I guess you could say, like a little bit more color. It's just that sadly this is not the right color for me, so I'm gonna have to try and get like maybe a darker color, and I feel like this would definitely be a very awesome brow product. Next we're gonna go into concealer. My foundation has been sitting on my face, haven't powdered, haven't done anything. Now this concealer is like hype of the world, or at least it was a couple months ago. I have the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Magic Star Concealer. I figured that I'm a pretty fair shade, so I went ahead with the C2. Now I have not opened this, and I have not looked at it. Holy fuck. Now I understand why everybody loves this packaging. It is absolutely gorgeous. This actually reminds me of Sailor Moon, which is Sailor Moon. I'm in American accent. This actually reminds me of the pens that they use to transform, and I think that this is so beautiful. Like, this package is very heavy. It's very nice and well done. It kind of brings me back to my younger years where I would play with my Sailor Moon dolls and act like I was Sailor Moon and all that. But this is absolutely stunning. Now, granted, the package is plastic. Who fucking cares? It's a great package. Now on the unicorn it says full coverage, long wearing, anti-aging properties, natural matte finish. Now again, y'all know I am not a very huge matte fan, but this does say natural matte finish, so I'm not exactly sure what that means. The directions, it says blend into the skin with a makeup sponge, concealer brush, or your fingers in a pressing motion until you get desired coverage. A little goes a long way. I was not expecting this to actually open here. I for some reason was expecting it to open up there. I don't know why, but let's go ahead. Ooh, look at that, look at that. I'm so excited because I have seen this for so long and it's just been sitting there and I completely forgot about it, so I'm like re-amped, if that makes sense. But I love the doe foot applicator. This doe foot applicator is a little bit more different than the doe foot applicators you're seeing in other concealers. I remember hearing that Jeffree Star's concealer does not have a lot of product in the actual tube, so I have some concealers here that I kind of pulled out to see just how many fluid ounces are in each, so we can kind of compare. Now Jeffree Star's concealer has I'm going to round it up to 12. It says 115 fluid ounces, so I'm just going to round it up to 12 fluid ounces. So So Jeffree Star, we have 12 fluid ounces here. For the Milani Conceal and Perfect, we have 17.17 fluid ounces. And then for the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer, I have 0.11 fluid ounces. The Jeffree Star Concealer and the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop are about the same in the amount of product that is in the tube. For the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define, this has 0.14 fluid ounces. So I would say that it's really not that much less than what you're getting in your other concealers. Now for the Tarte Shape Tape, there is 0.39 fluid ounces in here. This is a lot more expensive than the drugstore brands that I just pulled out, but still, I mean, to me, this, for the price point, I believe this was $22. I still feel like that's really a great price point for a concealer, especially when you need a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead, shut the fuck up, and apply this to my face, and we're gonna see just how well this concealer is. Now, I'm just gonna put like that much and go ahead and blend it out. Little definitely does go a long way. I didn't put enough, but just that little bit hid like the darkness under my eyes. Now I'm going to go in just a little bit heavier because now I know just how much this concealer kind of spreads out. So now we're going to go ahead and spread that concealer. Wow. Wow. This concealer blends absolutely beautifully, absolutely amazing. I really love how fast and quick that you can just blend this out, but it's not taking away any of the coverage from the concealer whenever you're like pouncing your sponge. There's a lot of concealers out there that when you put it on and you just sit there and blend, if you blend long enough, it's going to start lifting the concealer off of your face or the foundation underneath the concealer, and I really am not into those kind of concealers or foundations, and this guy I feel like is just really nice. As for the matte finish, I don't feel like it's super matte just yet. I'm going to give it a moment to kind of dry down, and I'm going to add just a little bit more coverage here because I have a lot of dark spots kind of showing through. Look at that. Wow. Look at that fucking coverage, girl. Oh my goodness. God, I just love how beautifully this blends. Holy shit. For Jeffree Star to come out with a formula that works underneath my eyes is amazing because my under eyes are freaking dry. They're crusty, they're dry, they're flaky almost all the time, and I try to hydrate as much as possible, but I know a bad concealer when I see one and when I use it, because as soon as I put it on under my eyes and it has a matte finish, it just sucks up all the moisture and it leaves me with a very patchy, very dry under eye. This just blends absolutely beautifully. Look at that. That looks so gorgeous on my skin. I don't even feel like it's super duper matte. I cannot believe how this is sitting on my pores as well. Like, I am looking at my pores, and although I did use more of a pore filler type of primer, my pores don't look accentuated at all. If anything, they look a lot smaller and they're almost blurred out, which is probably another reason why I'm so obsessed with this concealer, because I love concealers that blur out your pores, especially around this area, because this is the area where you're putting concealer. That's where all my pores are. I don't know about anybody else, but this is where my pores are at. So if I find a concealer that blurs those pores that are so ginormous on my face, I am a happy camper. I'm just gonna add some more to the face, blend this out, because there are a lot of spots on my face that I kind of just want to conceal the shit out of, like all this redness and nastiness going on the side of my face here. The next product I'm gonna go into, I'm kind of debating whether I want to go in with this guy right here. This is the Smashbox, the Cali Contour. I also have this gorgeous guy right here. This is a Be A Light, the Becca Cosmetics Be A Light palette. This is in the shade light to medium. Look at this. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. I actually found this in Costco in the most ridiculous fucking packaging I've ever seen. This was the packaging it freaking came in, but it was $17.99, and I know that this palette went for like 30 something dollars, maybe even 40. I don't know. I feel like I really want to use this one though, because I've been staring at it for a while now, especially since I took it out of the packaging. I've just really been wanting to touch this thing. So look at the inside of this. This thing is just so gorgeous. The packaging is like my favorite color. It's almost like a rose copper gold type of deal. The only thing that I don't like is that it looks really dirty because your fingerprints are all over it, but other than that, the component is absolutely beautiful. It has a nice weight to it. It has a gorgeous mirror on the inside, and look at this. look at the inside of this thing. This says it is an all-over complexion enhancing palette featuring our brand new Sheer Glow Filter Powder in 4 different finishes: brighten, blur, contour, and blush. Formulated with innovative light diffusing technologies, Sheer Glow Filter Powder acts as a real-life filter, visibly minimizing imperfections and evening skin tone to create a soft, natural radiance. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this to do the rest of my face. I'll probably be using this in a different video because I still really just don't want to open that right now. I'm just really into the beauty of this palette and I want to use it. So I'm just gonna take a little brush here and I'm gonna go into the brighten part of the palette and we're just gonna set the under eye area. Oh girl, okay. Not really sure I'm liking that to set my under eyes. I know it says brighten powder, but it's kind of making me matte a little bit. I don't know, I'm not really sure. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with my huge ass powder brush here and do one little smack in the middle. Okay, so it's definitely adding a little bit of like shininess. It's just a very natural, subtle, lit from within glow, and I have a little bit up here. You can see just on certain points of my face. I can't say that this is a great setting powder, but I feel like if you set your face with the powder first, then maybe go over this, but control how much you put it on so you're not a total cake face, then this might actually be the one. I'm gonna go in with this beautiful blush shade here. I am so excited to try this guy. I'm just gonna take the Real Techniques blush brush and we're gonna sweep this. Oh shit, that's a lot. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That is so beautiful. I love this blush. Oh, this blush makes me really happy because it just has that beautiful natural, look at that natural glow. It's so gorgeous. I love it. I am just really happy about this, so I'm just going to go on to the next product because if not, I'm just gonna be sitting here talking about it all day. I'm not really sure how to go about this because this shade right here is really orange, and this shade is, I mean, it's a lot better, but I feel like this could be a better bronzer slash contour. Maybe I'll mix the two, who knows? Let's go ahead and find out how this is gonna go. I'm gonna take my Equal Tools little brush here, and I'm just gonna go into this first and do the sides of the face. I don't know why I put on blush first. I think I got a little too like overly excited about the blush. I'm seeing a little bit more bronzed like glow going on, but you can see it kind of picked up my foundation a little bit. With this shade right here, I'm not finding any like, I mean, there's a subtle hint of color right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead into the bronzing powder. Is this the bronzer powder? The contour powder. And I'm gonna see how that adds a little bit of color to my face. Is looking quite orange, as you can see, like right here it looks pretty orange. I can't really say that I like this contour shade in here. I do like it as a bronzer, but definitely not as a contour because your girl is a little bit more pale than that. Now is the eyes. I am so fucking excited to open this. The next product is this beautiful palette from Dose of Colors. Now this is the Desi and Katy collaboration. This is the Friendcation palette, and this is such a beautiful freaking palette. Look at this packaging. Like, do I need to say any more? Look at that. Look at that. I don't even know what to call this. Like a copper. Honestly, I don't know. All I know is that this is bomb-ass packaging. Look at it. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys have already seen the inside, but I'm still excited about it every single time I open it and every time I look at the colors. This is this bitch's color scheme right here. These colors right here are like everyday colors. These are year-long colors, and if you want to pop a color or if you want to pop a metallic glitter or shimmer anywhere, you can always add these colors right here, which I love about this palette. Oh my dear Jesus, I almost dropped the palette and I would have been fucking devastated if anything had cracked. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on my eyes now. I need to stop talking. I've just been talking way too much today. First shade I'm gonna take is this color right here called A Moment. A little bit darker than my skin tone, and it'll be a great transition shade. The second shade I'm gonna go into is this shade right here called Necessary. Next shade I'm going to go into is this pretty beautiful girl right here. This is Girl Bye. I am just so in love with this palette. Now that I have that on my eyes, I'm going to go in with this color right here called Churro. I don't know why I'm rolling my R because I ain't Hispanic. I'm just going to take that on my ring finger. Look how pretty. And just kind of apply that on my lid space like so. Holy fuck. Wow, that is some serious blingage going on right there. I went a little too far, I think. I decided to go ahead and add this color right here, which is called Dirty Money, to kind of darken up the areas, and for some reason I feel like it just became really muddy. I don't know why, but I feel like I kind of ruined the look. So I'm just going to stop and put the palette down after I do my under eyes, because I feel like adding Dirty Money just really fucked up this eye look. I am going to take the shade, let's see, I'm going to take the shade Necessary, and I'm going to line my entire under eye area with that. I'm going to add this color right here, Girl Bat, which is definitely one of my favorite shades. I'm going to add this on the lower lash line as well, but I'm going to keep it on the outer parts. Now I'm going to take just a little teeny tiny brush and go back into the shade Churro, which is the really pretty shimmery shade we got right here, and I'm going to put that on the lower lash line, kind of matching the top. And I'm also going to add the shade Churro to the inner corner. I went ahead and added some mascara, some lashes. For mascara, I used the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. I have been loving that. And for my lashes, I am wearing Cocoa lashes in the style GG. And I love these lashes. I feel like they complete the look. And again, I just really don't like how that one shade Dirty Money kind of made everything a little muddy looking. But before that, I was just, oh, I can't get over this palette. The last product that I have for you guys today is, of course, some lip products. Now, I have the Milani Bold Color Statement Matte Lipstick. Now, I'm not really sure if this is a new product, but it's a new product for me. I have never seen this particular packaging for Milani, so I thought, why not? It says Bold Matte on the back here, and I have the shade I Am Smart 04. So I saw this in stores, and I thought it was a beautiful shade, a beautiful color, and a lovely nude. I'm going to do a little swatchy swatch on the back of my hand. Ooh, that's a lot more pinkier looking, I think, on a swatch than it does in the packaging. I don't feel like the camera's really picking it up, but it looks a lot more orange undertone to me than it does, like, as pink as it does on this swatch here. Ooh, this smells so good. It almost smells like cake batter, which I love anything that smells like cake batter because it smells really good. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to the lips. That shade didn't turn out to be very, like, super pinky at all on the lips. Now, the one thing I don't really like about this is I can already tell it's gonna be quite a bit drying, just because when you put it on, you can kind of already guess whenever you put a lipstick on that it's going to be very drying, very matte. Now, I do like that it sits very comfortably on my lips, but I can say for a fact that throughout the day, if I'm reapplying this, it's definitely going to dry out my lips. But I really like the color. The color is really pretty, and I feel like it brings this look together. So that's all the products that I have for you guys today. I really enjoyed a lot of these products. I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of everything that I tried on today and kind of give my, like, last thoughts and opinions on them. Now, the first thing that we tried out was the Banana Bright face primer from Ole Henriksen. I am so disappointed in this product. I can't even return it because I actually got it from the Ole Henriksen website. So many people rave about this, and I like what it's supposed to do, but of course we had all of it peeling off my face, and it doesn't make any sense to me because I use the Ole Henriksen Truth line moisturizer, which is the same line as this bottle right here, and it just peeled off my face. So I don't know what that was about, but I'm gonna have to say no to this primer. So this, I do like this brow product a lot. I think it's really cool the way that it's made, because you have the pen tip here, which comes out with a liquid formula for your brows, and then you have the powder tip here, which has a little sponge, a little bit of powder in the cap that you can just kind of, you know, swish around back and forth to get the powder on there, and you can set the liner part with the powder, and I really like it. It's just I don't like the shade of this. This is a little bit too light brown for me. So like this product, just wrong color. So I'm definitely gonna have to try a different color from that. This is probably the biggest hype of this video. Everybody wants to see the Jeffree Star concealers and how they work. I have to say, after sitting here for almost 3 hours, that this concealer still looks amazing. I love, you can even see it in the camera, how bright in my under eye is, the way it performs, the way it feels, the way it, how do you say, blends out with just a little bit of product. I love this concealer so much. I think I picked the right shade, which is pretty awesome just from looking online. I just can't get over the fact that it blurred my pores instead of accentuating them or making them look dry. Another thing is that this is a natural matte finish. It doesn't feel matte at all. I don't know if you guys watched my video where I tried the e.l.f. concealer, but when I put that on, I could feel the concealer drying and just sucking the moisture out of my under eyes. And let me just say, as soon as I got home and took that stuff off, my under eye was very, very dry, but the concealer lasted throughout the day. It didn't accentuate any dry patches or anything like that. But the one thing I hated about the concealer was how dry it felt. This, even though it is almost like the same finish, actually it's exactly the same finish. They're both matte, and I don't feel any of that tightness. I don't feel any of that drying sensation under my eyes. It doesn't look dry. It doesn't look super duper cakey, and it doesn't accentuate any of my dryness under my eyes, which is amazing for a concealer that is matte, especially on my skin. For the Becca BA Light palette, this palette is just, I still cannot get over how beautiful the packaging is. I love the way the inside looks, and I can't get over this palette. For the blur powder, again, I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to use that for, because I don't feel like it really blurs anything. It does add a little bit of color because I am on the paler side of light skin tone, and I feel like this adds a little bit more color than it does blur anything. Now, I do really like the Brighten powder here, just not for an all over setting powder, because this does kind of accentuate your dryness. It did accentuate my pores a little bit, and I feel like it added too much shine for it to be kind of an all over face powder. But if you want to hit the high points of your face with this, and maybe like a little bit above the brows and this whole cheek area here, I think it will look absolutely beautiful. Today I just kind of set my entire face with this, and it just didn't work out very great, but it is a very beautiful powder, and it gives you that really nice natural luminous glow, which I love. Now this, it does say that it is a contour powder, but for me it is way too orange and way too warm for it to be a contour shade on me. So I think I'm going to be using this more as a bronzer shade. As you can see, it is pretty orange on the bottom parts right here on my cheeks, so I'm definitely going to be using this as a bronzer shade. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It blended very beautifully. And this blush shade, oh girl, I am in love with this blush shade because it has that shimmer and shine to it, but it's not overdone to where it looks like a freaking banging highlight. I am into this kind of highlight, what you're seeing right here. It's not, when you look in the camera, it's like, oh no, I need some sunglasses. No, this is like the perfect type of highlight that I'm looking for, the perfect type of luminosity I'm looking for in a blush. This is definitely something I am going to be reaching for all throughout the summer, probably into fall and the winter time, who knows, but I am just in love with this palette. Now this palette right here, I love this palette. I think it blends beautifully except for that one shade. I don't know what happened with Dirty Money, but it just wasn't my cup of tea with the whole blending situation. But other than that, these shades are absolutely gorgeous. I love the way, oh, I don't even want to bend it backwards because I don't want to ruin this palette. I love the way that these blend. I love the color story in this palette because you can go anywhere from a very light natural look, especially if you use these two colors right here, the nude shades. They're great for transition shades, especially if you're a pale princess like I am. I love the fact you can go from a daytime look to a nighttime look. You can do a full glam face with this. The one thing I will say about this palette that I do not like is the fact that there is so much fallout, so you have to be careful. Now I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but I did have to sweep a lot of, you know, the powder off of my face. It's not so much the matte as it is the shimmer shades or the metallic shades. Now of course most metallics are going to kind of fall out of the palette or be a little chunky or glittery. This in no way, shape, or form is chunky or you're having like those weird specks fly off. It's just you have to be a little bit careful with the shimmer shades. Now the shimmer shades I'm talking about is mostly churro, and when I was playing around with this, I did feel it kind of fall out a little bit. But the solution for that is to do your eyes before you do your face makeup, which I usually do. I actually kind of transitioned into doing my eyes first and then my face second, but for some reason today I just got a little excited with everything and kind of just bombed that process. So I will say, if you are using this palette, you want to use this first and then go ahead with face application like your foundation, concealer, etc., all that good stuff. I just have to say, personally, as a fan, I love Desi and Katy. I love their friendship. I love their work ethic. I love their style. Just everything about them reminds me of kind of me and my best friend, and I just love them so much, and I love what they did with this palette and the whole entire Desi and Katy collab, and I just can't wait to see like if they come out with other stuff too, because this right here is just I don't know what else to say about this except for the fact that I am obsessed. The last thing I believe was the lipstick. Now for the lipstick, again, it is a very comfortable matte, so you don't feel it drying down, you don't feel it sucking out the moisture, but again, this is one of those mattes that you're going to have to reapply throughout the day, especially if you're drinking, sipping from a cup, or if you're eating, you're gonna have to reapply it, and because you're reapplying it, that in turn is going to suck out the moisture. Other than that, I think that the color is absolutely beautiful. It feels really nice on the lips. It feels like a very light matte, if that makes sense. Whenever you put on a liquid matte, you can just feel how thick it is and how goopy it is until it dries down. This is just a very comfortable, soft matte. I am just really happy with everything that I tried on today, aside from the primer, which was a total dud. I love everything that I have in front of me. Alright, so that is it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you did, please hit a thumbs up, and don't forget to click that big red button that says subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you know when I post my videos, and as always, if you have any tips, tricks, questions, comments, or if you simply want to talk shit, leave it all in the comment section below, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!